thanks for clicking on this video. Welcome back to Adam's Real Adventures. Today, I'm kind of on a new adventure. Back in February of 2020, I did a unboxing, which I'm going to link right at the top of the screen. And in that video, I said I was going to give it a year, and then I was going to do an in-depth review. So that's what we're doing here today. I am paddling around a small little lake here, and I'm mapping it out using the Deeper. I'm going to throw a little shot here quickly of exactly what my screen looks like here on the Deeper. I'm using my phone, and it's just mounted on the boat here. So before I get into it, I want to talk about why I bought the Deeper Chirp Plus. There are many other units on the market, but I chose this one very specifically. Because I do a lot of backcountry paddling and camping, I needed something that was going to be very light, very easy to pack, rechargeable, something relatively durable that I wasn't too worried about breaking. I'm pretty rough on my gear, so. The Deeper Chirp Plus can do a lot of different things. Like right now I have it mounted to the boat and we're mapping out this lake. I have been casting from the shore. I actually did a video showing how to make the contour maps using the Deeper Chirp Plus from the bank. I'll link to that video at the top of the screen there. I also have ice fishing videos where I've used the Deeper Chirp Plus. It is a very versatile piece of equipment, and the fact that it's so small, so easy to pack, makes it really kind of perfect for what I need it for. So we'll talk about portability first, which is because that's the primary reason why I bought the unit. It's a tiny little ball. It's the size of a baseball, very small, and that's really it. All you need besides that is your phone to operate it, which I always have and I always bring to the backcountry with me anyways because I use it as a secondary camera. I often use it as a GPS device. So the only other thing that you will need to bring or should have is some sort of battery bank to charge it. This thing will last about 6 hours in the ice and 8 hours in open water and on warmer conditions. But when I'm on multi-day trips, I need something to recharge it. It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't have a huge battery, so it doesn't take much to recharge it, and it lasts for quite a while. One last thing I forgot to mention is the arm that I use to mount it onto the boat when I'm using it in the boat. But I normally will just keep that mounted to the boat, and then I don't have to carry it when I'm doing portages and stuff like that. It's just attached. So we just went over a tree, and you can see it on the unit here. I'll put a little image of the display and what we just saw while we went over. It's very cool. So next I'm going to talk about the durability of the unit. It's a small little ball. It's pretty hard plastic, and I mean, it's been bumped around. I've hit rocks with it, reeling it in and stuff like that. I've never like casted it at anything, but I did leave it outside this winter. So in my last ice fishing video, I was whining and crying because I didn't have my Deeper. It really sucks not having my Deeper. I thought I lost it. I just recently moved, but it turns out that I left it at a friend's cottage. I used it there in December, and it was outside all winter between December and I guess the end of March when I just found it. So I'm using it right now. No worse for wear, no problems with it. So it comes with a little neoprene pouch that you can use to keep it protected while it's in your bag and that kind of thing while you're moving around. But durability does not seem to be an issue. The only thing I have noticed, and I will say, that on the unit itself, and I'll show you a little clip of that here, there are two prongs, and that's what activates the Deeper when you put it into the water. So when those get wet, that's when the Deeper turns on. One of them, for some strange reason, appears to have been slightly corroded. It's not rusty, and it doesn't seem to have affected the use of the unit at all. I did try and clean it up with a really fine grit sandpaper, but it's just come back now. So I'm not sure why it's doing that, but like I said, it doesn't seem to affect the unit, so it doesn't seem to be a problem at all. So as far as reliability goes, because that's something also very important to me and it speaks to the quality of the unit, it has proven for me to be very reliable. The app runs really well. I have not had any issues with it on my phone. It always connects right away. I've never had any issues with the device itself not turning on or not operating the way it's supposed to. So, you know, it's something that I can rely on. And when I bring it into the backcountry, I'm not worried about it failing on me and then just having to carry around extra equipment for something that doesn't work. So something's chasing it. Or it's my knot. Nope, it's going back down. My heart's going. I don't see it anymore. That was cool though, man. We were moving, I marked a fish, we stopped, and I got it to chase it. The battery is very small. Obviously, it's a very small device. But, I mean, 6 to 8 hours of use, like continuous use, it's not often you fish for longer than that. I have, but I mean, I think it takes less than an hour to recharge. So, you know, halfway through the day, I mean, if you start really early and if halfway through the day you need to charge it, you can take an hour, just charge it right back up, and then you have a full battery, you get another 6 to 8 hours. It's not often I have to do that. Usually, the device will last me throughout the day for what I need it for, and then I just charge it overnight when I'm sleeping and I'm charging my cameras and my phone and stuff like that. So overall, my experience with the device has been great. It has done everything that I expected it to do. It covers all of my bases, so I fish out of a canoe, I fish from the bank a lot, and I ice fish, and it can do all of those things. Usually with other units, you need to have separate transducers for those different applications, but this is just one device for all of those things. I find the app to be easy to use. The settings are laid out very plainly, and I never get hung up, you know, trying to figure something out. It's all very self-explanatory and very user-friendly. So there's a few different accessories available for the Deeper Chirp Plus and for the Deeper Chirp lineup. I only have the boat mount. I think you can get a mount to like put it on your rod for shore casting, and there may be a few other accessories. I can't think of them at the top of my head, but this one for the boat, it does what it's supposed to. I have honestly found it pretty finicky. The way that the threads work when you're trying to set up the deeper, quite often like the threads will loosen and then the thing just becomes floppy, and it's kind of finicky to get it set up right. Once you do, it holds fine. I've never had any issues once it's set up, and it serves its purpose, but I have found it to be a little finicky. One important thing I will mention is when you are using it on the mount, so you have to make sure that the deeper is behind the mount so that when it's going through the water's coming up and over it instead of pushing it. This is the proper way to mount it. You need to do it this way in order for it to work properly. A couple other things I wanted to mention about accessories. I use a GoPro gooseneck mount to mount my phone on the boat when I'm paddling. It's essential. Your phone is your display, and if you just have it kind of floating around, you're kicking it around the side of the boat, it's going to be an inconvenience. You're not going to enjoy using it. If you have it mounted somewhere sturdy, so you can see it and you're not worried about it falling off into the water, then that's ideal. So there's a few components to this. There's some adapters that I had to use to go from the GoPro mount to the camera. I think it's like a 3/4 inch or whatever, 1/4 inch screw. So I will leave links in the description to those components that I've used for this setup. It's kind of essential, so if you are going to pick up this device, I would also suggest picking up these things to mount your phone. One other thing I wanted to talk about as far as battery life goes, your phone will die way before your Deeper dies. Right now I'm sitting at 46% on my phone and 88% on my Deeper, and they were both just about full when I started. So having that extra battery bank is essential. You can plug it into your phone while you're using it, so your phone has way more than enough battery at that point then to go through the day and last as long as the Deeper does. So to summarize, the device is everything that I hoped it would be. It performs really well, it does everything that it's supposed to do the way it's supposed to do it, which is exactly what I was looking for. So without a doubt, if you're in the market for something like this, I would say go for it. Definitely, and I'm not getting paid to say this. I can't share links or codes or anything like that. This is a completely unbiased review from somebody who purchased this device and has used it for the last year. So I would recommend it if you're looking for something like this. Deeper, if you see this video, you want to hook me up, I could, we could talk. That's about it. So if you like that video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more. I have lots of content with the Deeper if you'd like to check it out. I'll put those videos in the link in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Well, no doubt you can learn a lot about a spot that maybe you fish frequently, but you were hoping to get more information on. So that's stupid. So stupid. Stupid. There's not really.
Train your voice for a minute.